Hey guys, Spy here. Welcome to a new video. We're going to be talking about Keystones today, specifically Season 8 Keystones and new ones that are going to be coming into the game. We don't know exactly what they are right now, but we have a good idea. Further battle or something very similar should be coming in Season 8, or has been hinted at in Season 8. I know a lot of people right now are saying some champions just don't have good Keystones. Camille is one that comes up all the time, Draven as well, but Riot are fixing it. They're trying to add Keystones, and we're going to talk about that today. You can see the ones we have on screen right now. We have 15. That should be going up to around 20 by the end of Season 8. That is what they're planning for, what they're thinking about right now. So I have about 8 or 9 tabs open right now. The information is spread out all over the place, but if you put it all together, it gives you a really good idea of what we can expect in Season 8, which is really cool. The first thing is kick this entire thing off is something by Medler, the lead designer for Riot. He talks on the boards quite a lot, and he said this: we're going to end up with 4 Keystones eventually in each tree. It's not like a rigid rule. It doesn't mean it's always going to be like that. It might be 5 for one tree and 3 for a different one. The example he gives is that Domination tree already seems to be pretty good with the 3 they have already, so they might not need another one, but Precision, for example, might need 2 extra ones, so we'll go 5 Precision Keystones, 3 Domination. The way he talks about this quite a lot in all of these other ones makes it seem like we're going to have a total of 20. It probably won't go above that. Obviously, we don't know. He doesn't specifically say, but just the way he says it, and like 5 in one tree, 3 in another, average of 4 Keystones per tree, which will be 20 Keystones overall. I do actually really want to know what you would put into the game. I think that'd be kind of cool to see in the comments whether you would put something new in Domination, Precision, Resolve, Inspiration, or finally into Sorcery. I forgot that one at the end. Just let me know what you think they could add. Like Further Battle, for example, is a very obvious one that I think a lot of people miss, but there must be some really cool ideas that we can pull together and see what Keystones you want to see in Season 8. The thing that really kicked all of this off was the Grasp of the Undying rework that happened on the PB about a month ago. So this is what they were talking about here. They're not actually going to rework it. It was kind of a failed rework. If you don't know what they were doing with it, they were adding AD, it was stacking AD, it was infinite AD. So you could, every time you proc the Grasp in combat, it would add another chunk of AD. And so Fiora, for example, could have an absolute ton if she was fighting somebody for long enough. That's the kind of general idea they want, but they don't want to rework Grasp anymore. They want to add a new Keystone. The part we're actually looking at more than anything out of all of this would be the second part, leaving Grasp as it is, new Keystone instead. It'll be in the Resolve tree, most likely. We have more information on that in a second, which I'll get into. Unlikely to be in January, however, so probably February or March. They're going to be working on this pretty much straight away, so it'll be a few patches after Season 8 comes out. Now we're getting into the details part, the more interesting part of what the new Resolve Keystone is actually probably going to look like. Kind of similar to Further Battle, just a more tanky version of it actually. So testing a gradual stacking adaptive AP or AD, so depending on what you build, it'll give you AP or AD Resolve Keystone at some point. So they want it to have ramping power, so this means basically over a fight it gets stronger and stronger. If you think about it, I don't really know Darius, for example, with his bleed, like the longer you trade him for, obviously up to 5 stacks, that is going to be a stronger trade for Darius, right? So he wants to trade for a bit longer than normal. That will be an infinite stacking thing with this Keystone though, so it's kind of like you're applying bleed constantly, and that is the power ramping over and over. So the longer you fight somebody with this new Keystone, the more dangerous they're going to be. It's also focusing on outlasting your opponent, so it'll be on kind of tankier bruises. If you can survive, you'll be doing a crap ton of damage with this Keystone. That's kind of the idea. It does say at the end here, this whole approach really makes sense with Resolve, obviously, because that's kind of the tanky tree, right? Makes more sense being time-based, and in the tree about living longer, which is Resolve. But then we get into a bit more interesting information really here. So there's going to be a Keystone for tanky or somewhat tanky damage dealers, so bruisers. It's not for pure tanks like a Maokai, it's for a damagey kind of tanky champion like a Camille or a Darius who build maybe 1 or 2 damage items and then get tanky afterwards with a sustained damage pattern. So that means over time it'll be doing more damage, not just upfront burst. It'll be like spread over the entire fight with auto attacks and abilities as well. Obviously that's an estimate, but that is the rough idea of what the Keystone, the new Keystone, is going to be. The first one we're probably going to get in Season 8. The other interesting part is that when he was talking a little bit further down on this, it needs to go into Resolve to survive for a bruiser, right? So the idea of this Keystone is not really about their default choice. It's whether they're going to build like full damage or just a bit of damage and then tanky afterwards. This new Keystone will be for somebody who's building a bit of damage then going tanky as well, right? But if they want to go more aggressive, then maybe there's another need for a Keystone in Precision. This is where the new Further Battle style Keystone would really come in at the moment. Like if you think about it, these bruisers want to do sustained damage, they want to be kind of tanky but also do damage. That's exactly what Riot just said, right? But they want to put something in Precision which is more aggressive after that. The only thing that really makes sense is a ramping AD buff with the autos like Further Battle, right? That is why I think Further Battle is probably going to come back into the Precision tree. Maybe it'll be like kind of melee orientated because that's what they're talking about right now, but it is very likely we're going to get some kind of ramping AD or AP thing in the precision tree. Final thing for this whole thing, just to back it up even more, he even talks about it in a completely different thread another time, about a week later actually. We're expecting to add a few new keystones over the course of next year. So this isn't something that is going to happen like ages away. This will be designing new keystones for Season 8 as we play. They're going to be adding new ones as we go. Hopefully that kind of explains the new keystones we're going to be getting in Season 8. Obviously we don't know a ton, but putting all this information together, you know that we're going to get a new Resolve keystone, probably a new Precision one. Domination might not get any changes, but we'll most likely end Season 8 with 20 keystones instead of 15. And remember, we had 9 in Season 7, so over double by the end of Season 8 seems pretty good to me. I mean, the last thing, obviously, on screen, you can see maybe we're going to get, maybe next year as well in Season 8, we're going to get another Elemental Drake on top of the other ones that we have in Infernal, Cloud, Ocean, Mountain. We'll get a 5th one as well, which will make the game a little bit more interesting. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. Make sure you like and subscribe if you did. Thank you for watching, but for now, I'll leave you with the robots.